Hello, my name is Karina Wugang and I am a pianist from McLean, Virginia. I'm excited to be a part of NYO-2 for the first time. Growing up, I played a lot of piano duets with my older sister. Even though we would try to squish each other's off the piano bench, I learned a lot for how to convey musical ideas and eventually apply them to other forms such as chamber music and piano accompaniment. I'm excited to share with you some tips for how to become a better accompanist. Let's jump into it. I remember my first time accompanying was in 3rd grade with the elementary school choir, and it was a really nerve-wracking experience. Even though I was a nervous wreck, it felt absolutely exhilarating. Since then, I've experienced many more styles and arrangements, such as a 4-hands piano duet accompaniment with a small vocal ensemble. Much of the advice can also be applied to chamber and orchestral music. While each accompaniment role is a little different, here are a few things that really helped me out. Tip 1. Prepare your accompaniment like it is a solo piece. Good accompaniment will help the soloist perform more comfortably and sound more musical. Even though it is a supporting role, not practicing enough will result in mistakes that will detract from the performance as a whole. Something else that's often overlooked is practicing page turns. Not every single stage will have a page turner available, so it is always a good idea to practice that ahead of time to avoid stage mishaps. Sometimes the strangest things might happen. When I was playing with an orchestra 2 years ago, the air conditioning was strong enough to blow my music off of my stand. Luckily for me, I practiced enough, so it wasn't a problem in the end. But if not, it would have been disastrous. Tip number 2. Be flexible and always follow the soloist. Listen to the soloist carefully and match accordingly. Frequently, the soloist will apply some rubato, so the accompaniment must also follow suit. The dynamic ranges must also be so that the accompaniment never covers up the soloist. After all, it's a supporting role, not a solo role. It is important to listen to other recordings and familiarize yourself with the piece in order to change your focus from simply playing the correct notes to actively supporting and following the soloist. I played the accompaniment to a piece called Karina, which is a romantic style vocal piece. Seeing as there is a very wide range of dynamics and a lot of rubato involved with the phrasing, I had to adjust a lot to match the soloist in order to support her to the best of my abilities. And last but not least, tip number 3, communicate clearly with whoever you are accompanying. The soloist might not always be aware of where the technical passages are. As such, they may end up rushing through those sections where you cannot keep up. Seeing as it is a collaborative effort, it is important for you to speak up and make the soloist aware of where they need to also listen. After all, teamwork makes the dream work. In a piano trio I played last summer, there was a line where I had a lot of tricky fingering with fast 16th notes, while the violinist and cellist held long quarter notes and half notes. Even though they only rushed a little, it was enough to throw me off since I had to play so many more notes in such a short amount of time. All it really takes is to have them listen to the subdivisions and follow along with the accompaniment line to avoid rushing. With a common goal in mind, communication is the key to having a productive rehearsal. First, practice your part properly so no matter what happens on stage, you will stay as cool as a cucumber. Secondly, follow the soloist's musical interpretation to the best of your ability. After all, they are the boss, and it is your job to put them into the best light possible. Lastly, don't be hesitant to bring up suggestions and address issues. After all, it takes teamwork to make an accompanist and soloist work well together. Thank you for joining me on this NYO-U video on how to be a better accompanist. If you found this video useful, don't forget to subscribe to the NYO-U Masterclass series. I'm Karina Wugang. Until next time!